Hey everybody, my name is jmartin, and I'd wanted to put a video up, and I thought this was the perfect game for it. Thanks for watching, by the way. And I don't know if you caught me in the last couple days or so, but a couple days ago I posted a game, and I was really pissed off at the time. And what had kind of happened to me is, we had this event happen, and I reacted really strong to it. And I don't really care if I was right or wrong on the issue, and mostly I just kind of want to put it past me and make peace with the people involved. But kind of what struck me is how I reacted in the situation I was in, and in this situation I reacted really strongly, and arguably stronger than I think I should, related to this Napoleon game, and more importantly the place that this Napoleon game has in my life. It's a really fun part of my life and a really great part of my life, but I don't think it should command me to the lengths that it took me. And I was thinking about that, and I think that happened on a Friday. Yeah, that little event went down for me, and I thought about it. I was like, man, Jay, I'm not really sure that. Yeah, this just seems out of character for me. You know what I mean? Do you ever do that? Like, maybe you do something, or you behave a certain way, and you look back at yourself later in the day, and you're like, man, I really was, I just really was out of character there. I reacted in a way that I don't normally do that. And you're like, why did I do that? What's going on with me? And anyway, I had that little moment of, existential doubt, where you're trying to figure out where you're coming from and what's going on with you. And I did that, and I didn't really like where my head was at. And that was on a Friday, and the next morning, Saturday morning, I just loaded Alice in the car, and we drove out to the coast, and we got a little house up there that I go to the vacation thing on a little bit. And I just got out of town, man. I just unplugged, and I drove out for a while, and we spent a couple of days just staring at the waves on the beach, and kind of regaining the center, and remember what we were about. And maybe that's one thing that every now and then, I often interpret life. If I was a character in a movie, would I be the good guy or the bad guy? And sometimes when I self-evaluate what I'm doing in my own life, I think about myself in those terms. Would I be the good guy or the bad guy? Now, I don't know if necessarily you're the good or the bad guy, but sometimes you can tell I'd be in a really weird movie if I was the good guy, and that's kind of what I was thinking. Anyway, it just felt to me like I was acting out of character, is kind of what I'm getting at. I figured I'd try to correct that, and this particular game, I've had this particular game that you're watching right now in my replay folder for a while, and I've been wanting to do a commentary on it for a while, but I just never got around to it. And I was thinking about it, and it occurred to me that, like, this game that I played right here that you're watching right now was the perfect metaphor for that. What happened in this game is I'm playing against a friend of mine named Aman. He used to go by Bomb Rush, who's a great guy, by the way. He's a really good Napoleon player. And he wanted to play me 1v1, and I was like, okay. And I decided that I wanted to try some new tactics. And what I did is, in this game that I played with Bomb Rush here, that I just completely played out of character. I didn't play my usual game. I didn't play my usual style. I decided to play a more passive style to make him come to me. And in this game I played with Aman here, I didn't perform very well, man. I just didn't perform very well. You can see he's already got Kevin in my lights there and dealt some casualties. And instead of doing what I normally do, or what I'm good at, I just played out of character. And I think there's a couple lessons here. I mean, there's a lesson, from the big picture life perspective, that you got to be true to yourself. You just got to. And that's fine. And sometimes you're going to react strongly. Being true to yourself is just being natural, right? But at the same time, every now and then you gotta come down, and you gotta find your center. You gotta find your base. You gotta find where you're really localized at. And if you find yourself acting out of character, or acting out of what you're good at, or what is right for you, then you got to come back at that. And sometimes that means you give things away to people, and that's fine. That's what that means sometimes. But most of the time it means that you're going to perform best when you're doing what you're used to. And speaking about Napoleon, the real tip I want to give you is that over time, if you play enough games, you'll develop a play style. You'll develop a style of how you like to play, and things that you're comfortable with, or certain builds that you're comfortable with. And it doesn't really matter the quality of it. Like you could give me, United Netherlands and let me play them the style that I normally like to play, and I could probably execute that better than a weird French build that I'm just not really comfortable with. And it's the same with life. You have to do things that you're comfortable with, that you're good at doing, and you got to stay in character. You got to stay true to yourself. And in this game that I played against Aman here, he just outplayed me, and I gave him every opportunity to do that because I just didn't know what I wanted to fucking do. I just didn't have a fucking plan, and I played really passive, and I just didn't put it together. And I played like shit. And I mean, I don't take nothing away from him. I mean, he played great to take advantage of the weaknesses in my game that I was giving him at the time. But I just spent some time about this lately, thinking about finding my center, finding my base, finding what I'm good at, and carrying on like that, and just being true to myself, and doing what I do best, and sticking with that. And that's kind of where my head has been at lately. And everybody has good weeks and bad weeks. Everybody has good days and bad days, and everything. But for me lately, it's just been kind of rethinking. What do I want to do? What am I doing? Where am I going? What am I showing? What am I doing? And just trying to get a real handle on that. And to be honest, watching this game, I can't even tell you what the fuck I was trying to do. I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't look like I have any real plan other than let his calf run all over me, etc. It's been a little while since we played this game. I don't know how long it's been. Man, I'm using my calf poorly right there. Yeah, it's embarrassing. This game's maybe a month old or 3 weeks old, something like that. But in this game, you can tell I don't even know what the fuck I'm trying to do in this game, but I'm not, and that's exactly my point. Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, like I'm just not being intelligent in this game, and I go on to lose this game. Maybe there's a lesson there, yeah, I don't really know. Don't have any interesting comments to give about this particular game, but I figured I'd put this up because I thought it was a good metaphor for. Yeah, French Lancers, they're better. They're better. Anyway, I thought I'd put this game up. I thought it was a good metaphor for where my head's been lately, and what's been going on with me, just trying to get my head straight and think about who I am and what I am, and the kind of man that I should be, and I think that's fine. It's not a question about I forget the quote, but John Wooden, I think, basketball guy, and if you're from Europe, there's this old figure in American sports. His name was John Wooden. He was a basketball coach, and he's a really, really, really smart guy, but for being a basketball coach. And, there's books of quotations from him, and one of those is that, it's not a question of whether you fall down. The question is how you get back up. And the argument that Wooden's making, obviously, is that everybody's going to make mistakes, everybody's going to fall down, and the real question for you is how you respond to that. Everybody is going to fuck up, everybody's going to make mistakes, and the real issue is how you react to that, how you respond to that, how you formulate yourself from that. And I think there's a real big degree of truth in that. And John Wooden was a smart guy. John Wooden was a real smart guy. And so right now I'm just kind of taking some time to think about, what character am I? If this was a movie, what role do I play? And to make sure that I pick my character out correctly and to do a good job. I think that movement right there from Aman won the game. Like that Chasseur unit broke into a bunch, all three of my units there. That breaks the game open. I think I was actually doing pretty good in this game right until then. That cav work from him right there really sealed this game up. Yeah, it looks like that's exactly what happened. But, you know, the big picture metaphor again is in this game that I chose to play a style that I wasn't comfortable with, or a style that isn't true to me, and you know, a more passive style, and I'm a more aggressive player, and that doesn't work. You got to stay true to yourself. You got to do the right thing. You got to do the right thing to yourself, and just be true to yourself. You know, and that's kind of where I'm coming from right now. So if you you know, yeah, missed me on Steam over the last couple of days, that's what I've done. I just kind of went on vacation. I got out of town, and yeah, just get my head straight and just kind of reevaluate everything I'm doing. And that's what I've been doing. So sorry if I missed you on YouTube. Same argument, but that's the game. So GG Aman, thanks for playing with me, dude. And yeah, gave me a pretty good beating. Yeah, it didn't look that bad. Maybe look at the kills. What do we got here? Oh, that's a shock. Anyway, thanks for watching. My name is jmartin. Bye.